You know, when I was coming up as a youngster, that was a long time ago, but back in those old days, as my kids used to tell me, back in the olden days when you were a boy, Dad, people were talking about working it out so they could have their security, and their pension plans and all that. There's not a pension plan in the country that's safe or stable. There's no guarantees at all, anywhere, of anything. The Social Security program has been bankrupt almost from the word go because they've never put a dime aside. They've spent it faster than they've gotten it. And there's no such thing. And the pension plans and all these things that people have worked so hard all their lives to get up to the pension plan. And now I'm going to retire and I'm going to just have plenty. You're not going to have nothing. If you don't have Jesus, you're up the creek without a paddle, friend. That's what I'm telling you. I'm not trying to just paint a gloomy, yes I am too. I'm painting a very gloomy picture. I want you to understand that things are not like the media, the newspapers, the radio, the TV is all controlled. They're feeding you some pablum saying everything is wonderful. It's going to be better next year. No, it won't be better. It will be worse. It's been getting worse for years. There hasn't been any basic change in the downward trend. The only thing that's happened is since people have been binding and loosing, things have slowed up a bit. The disaster has been staved off somewhat. And I'm convinced that we can do something about putting the brakes on and hold this thing off of us and our kids and let us have a breather in here. It's certainly worth a try. I'd rather do that instead of sitting there and wringing my hands and saying, nothing I can do. Poor me. I'm sliding down the tube. Well, just reach up and pull the handle and flush it on down then if you've got nothing else to do. But I believe there's something we can do. I believe there's more to life than just sitting around twiddling your thumbs and sucking your thumb and saying we can't do anything. God's program is outlined that this thing is in the heavenlies and we need to war in the heavenlies. So let's pick up our job and get busy and let's go to war. We're to flee these things, not get involved with these things. There isn't any security left. They're firing people a week or two before their retirement date so they don't get full retirement. There's no security at all. I've seen in the last few years, people just being fired and companies shifting and turning upside down and everything else. And people losing everything they worked for many, many years. Don't count on it. I mean, if you get it, if you got it, well, praise God for it. You're one of the fortunate ones because thousands of people are being shaken loose from everything. You better get something better than the world system to hang on to because there's just not much to hang on to, people. I mean, use what you've got. Thank God for anything He provides. But you better mark it down that this world system's not dependable. It's going to pieces. Get your hopes, as the song says, on things eternal. And get your battle in the heavenlies where it'll do some good. Learn how to fight in the heavenlies now before it comes time to where there's nothing else that we can do. There could come a time when we'll be down to that. And those who don't know how to do spiritual warfare are going to be absolutely helpless because what's going on is completely out of control because it's under supernatural direction. You have to realize that what's going on is not an accident. It's a deliberate plan, and it's supernaturally directed. The only hope of doing anything about it is to interfere with that supernatural direction and power. And believers are the only ones who can, and even out of the believers, what a tiny handful know anything, and of those who know it, some of them are too lazy to do anything.